It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by
ProMed Ambulance Services. Care you can count on.
And Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
You may not recognize his name, but you've probably heard his music on dozens of TV shows and movies. William Luce was a strong hand at creating library music or production music, much of his work for Capitol Records' production music branch. Born in Michigan on June 5, 1911, Luce began his career as a staff music arranger for an Omaha, Nebraska radio station. During World War II, he led the U.S. Army Air Forces Orchestra in New York. In the 1950s, Capitol Records represented several music libraries. When the label decided to assemble a library of its own in 1955, it hired Luce and John Seeley after Nelson Riddle turned down the job, and the High Q Library was born. Together, Luce and Seeley collaborated with Cadkin Bluestone, Sam Fox, and Zephyr, among other libraries Capitol represented. By 1957, these particular pieces of mood music were played on no less than 24 different television shows a week. Among the classic shows that had the Capitol Libraries tracked in, as this process is called, include Wanted Dead or Alive, Sea Hunt, The Untouchables, The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, Track Down, The Adventures of Jim Bowie, The Texan, The Lone Ranger, The Gumby Show, The Donna Reed Show, The Rough and Ready Show, and Ben Casey. Several movies such as The Law and Jake Wade, Buchanan Rides Alone, and Night of the Living Dead also utilize pieces from the Capitol Libraries. Even movie trailers use them. Luce was also in demand as an arranger for various artists on Decca and Reprise Records. In terms of original scoring, his TV credits include Tarzan, Blondie, and The Doris Day Show. He also wrote a new theme to the game show Hollywood Squares, which was used for 10 years. His later work includes films for director Russ Meyer, several NFL Films documentaries, as well as many cult films from the 1970s, such as The Rebel Rousers, The Big Bird Cage, The Wrestler, The Swinging Cheerleaders, and The Grizzly and the Treasurer. On February 22, 1991, William Luce suffered a fatal heart attack at the age of 80. Since his death, cues of his and his fellow Capitol scorers were used on The Ren and Stimpy Show and SpongeBob SquarePants, bringing him a new generation of fans. In 1999, savant musician Richard Peterson saluted the composer on an album called The William Luce Songbook. A music company Luce had founded with Billy May called Maylu Music was left to Luce's wife Irma after his death. She was awarded a $1.9 million jury award when a business manager mismanaged her firm.
Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia?
Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.